So, hey everyone, now we are going to solve a CA problem. The problem name is advertising agency. So, let's first read the problem, understand it, and then we'll move further. So, Master works in a advertising agency in order to promote a new brand. She wants to conclude contracts with some beggars. In total, uh, I don't know it's Masha or Masha, whatever. So has connections of n different bloggers. Blogger number from I sorry blogger number I has AI number of followers. All right. Since Masa again has a limited budget, she can only sign a contract with K different bloggers. Okay. Of course, uh, wants wants her ad to be seen by as many people as possible. Obviously. She must hire bloggers with the maximum number of followers. Help her to find the number of ways to select K bloggers and the total number of followers so that the total number of followers is maximum possible. Two ways are considered different if there is at least one blogger in the first way, which is not in the second way. All right, this is the thing to remember. So, believes that the all bloggers have different followers. Okay, that there is no follower who would follow two different bloggers. This is the constraint. So mm, let's understand in layman language. So there is a girl who's trying to run an advertising agency. So for that, she wants to hire some bloggers. So she wants her ad to reach as many people as possible. So she definitely hire the bloggers which who has maximum number of followers. Oh, right. So as she has limited budget, uh, she can only sign a contract with K different bloggers. So she wants K bloggers who has the maximum number of followers, right? And there is a constraint that is given for this particular problem that there is no such blogger who has like there is no such blogger who have a follower who is following more than one blogger. This is what is given here, right? So we need to pick K different bloggers with the maximum number of followers. All right, understood? Let's move further. So if we look at the example, this example, where n is the size of the array or the number of bloggers, we need to pick K bloggers. All right, three bloggers we need to pick from this one. This is the number of followers of each bloggers, 1, 3, 1, and 2. So the girl can select only three bloggers with maximum number of followers. Okay. So what she will do? I think we need to do this thing on whiteboard. 1312 is the array. Okay. I think I need to erase this thing. Hmm, That this is the part of the previous problem that I have solved. Delete, delete. Okay. Hmm. So what was the case? Copy this, Control C. Right. So we have 1, 3. 1, 2. So the basic idea that comes in our mind that we want to select the vloggers which who has maximum number of followers. So we'll select like this 3, 2, 1 and 1. So when we select first, second and third vlogger, the number of people to whom our ad would reach is 3 plus 2 plus 1, that is 6. So this is one way when we select first, second and third vlogger, right? And when we select first, second and fourth vlogger, again the same thing will happen. 3, 2 plus 1, 6. So this is the another way. So the second way, here we have selected 1, 2 and 4, right? So yeah, that was all the problem is all about. So how do we solve it? So one thing is sure that we need to reverse the array. Sorry, not reverse the array. We need to sort the array in decreasing order so that we would be able to pick the bloggers who have maximum number of followers. All right. So the general idea of the problem is first reverse the array, then pick the k number of bloggers. Here the k was 3. So we have picked 3 bloggers. Here we can see first, second, and third. Uh, first, second, and third, and here first, second, and fourth. And both have total 6 followers. Like the number of bloggers that we have picked so far, if we combine all the followers that they have, so we'll reach this number 6, right? So what would be our idea? Our idea would be to first reverse the array. Why I'm saying reverse? We first need to sort the array in decreasing order, then we'll pick k elements, and if there are multiple segments, like here we can see in both the ways we have total equal number of followers, then would be uh, picking all number of cases that we'll discuss further. So mm, first we'll what we do uh, decreasing order, we'll sort the array and then we'll pick k different arrangement. Sorry for the handwriting. Arrangement. I don't have pen tab, that's why the writing is very poor, but also I'm able to explain the idea. So that was there in the problem. So for picking k different arrangement, we're using the selection formula that we have already studied in class 12 probably. So I'd be doing it. So for to uh, pick all the different arrangement, there are two things that would be needed. First one is uh, the boundary value. What is the boundary value? Uh, like if we look at this example that we have already solved, this one. So if we look here, so we have reversed it here. So what is the boundary value? Boundary value is 1. This is the boundary value I am denoting with B and D. So this is the boundary value and the boundary value is 1. So to pick all the arrangements that are possible with this array, we'll first check that how many times the boundary value is appearing in the whole array. For this, the boundary value that is appearing in the whole array is 2. Let's count it total appearance of the boundary value in the whole array I'm saying. And if we talk about this window, that how many times the boundary value is appearing in this window, then it would be how much? 1. So the total number of arrangement that would be possible would be 2, 3, 1. All right, that is 2. Right, means total the uh, let's suppose BND. BND means the number of times boundary value appearing in the array. This is the overall solution of the problem, right? This is the pretty simple uh, problem. Like it will directly come in your mind if you have uh, ever been in love with maths and uh, you have some common sense. So uh, that's how the problem is all about. And the only tough thing what I feel in this problem is to code this up. Like if you don't have included anything in your template, then it would be a tough process to code everything up from scratch. So yeah, let's move this up. Now let's start coding. So I have already solved this problem, but to record the video again, I need to solve it again. For sec. Okay, so I'll code everything again from scratch. It will definitely take time, but it's fine. So if we look at the constraints that yeah, answer can't be quite large, so we need to do modulo of it. 1 e power 9 plus 7. I think that I have already included in my template. Yeah, mod value is 1 e 9. Alright, so yeah, so int max. First, write this thing like what the idea that we have wrote here. This thing. So we have inputs as n comma k and and the thing that we have is for int I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So we'll denote the number of times also the value that is appearing, the boundary value that is appearing in the whole array from count. So let's write it here, comment it out. Number of times the boundary value appearing in the whole array. Okay, and the BND, let's suppose This is the number of times the boundary value appearing in the segment. Segment means scale and segment from starting. So first we need to reverse it. So for that, a dot r begin, comma a dot r end. All right. We have reversed that this array. Now let's proceed further. For int if a of I is equal to a of k minus 1, then like the number of times the boundary value is appearing in the whole array will increase the count plus is equal to 1. And if uh, like we can write it also plus is equal to I less than k plus small k, means when the boundary value appears in the window, like the segment that we are taking, Kalen segment, there will when we will increase the count as well, like the BND count. So our answer would be NC, sorry, NCR count, comma, BND, comma, BND. So that was about the problem. But to write the NCR function, we need to write few things. So that will make the code look longer. So otherwise, the problem is pretty simple. Like you just need to find the arrangement. So let's write the necessary things. So first write the NCR NCR in which there will be two values, int n, int r, and if r is less than 0 or r is greater than n, then we'll return 0, and also we'll return factorial of n into inverse factorial n minus r. We'll write these arrays, but firstly I'm writing this NCR thing and n inverse factor r. The answer could be large, that's why I'm doing it modulo again and again. Yeah, I have written the NCR. Now, first let's denote the arrays that I have used. Vector int factorial. What would be the size? We need to check in this problem. So the n is 1000, so we need to take the size something greater than 1000. For that, we'll denote int max. So we need to denote in this way. Constant int max बराबर max बराबर 1000. All right. So the factorial will be max plus 1 and inverse fact will be max plus 1. This part is done. Now let's write the function for uh, writing the. We know now why we are writing this. Uh, because we know the value of NCR is n factorial upon r factorial into n minus r factorial. In maths, we can write in like very simple. Like we need to write only this, but in code we need to do a lot of things. To write the simple things, we need to calculate factorial functions, and then for writing this denominator part, we need to make another array that is inverse factorial, and this is the factorial that we are writing in the code. This is factorial. Yeah. So now let's move towards the code. Uh, Here we are writing it. We compute. So factorial 0, we know this is always 1. So let's iterate from 1 int I is equal to 1, I less than is equal to max, then what's the fact of I is equal to I into factorial that we already know I minus 1, because we know that the factorial of n is n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 and so on. So modulo, this is the factorial, and for inverse factorial, again we need to write max. We'll start from the opposite power max. Why we are writing it this way? Just expand this thing, you will understood. Because we are writing the inverse factorial, means the denominator first. So for that, you need to uh, write in this way, right? Means let's suppose this is this. Oh, sorry. This is written as this a to the power mod minus 2. 1 minute. Let me check. Factorial maximum into mod minus 2. So factorial maximum to the power mod minus 2. So mod would get cancelled. Yes. Hmm. A to the power mod minus 2. So divide by a to the power mod. So this is this thing. So here only a to the power 2 would remain. So to write this thing, we are using this. That's why I have written that complicated thing in the code, like this thing. It's not complicated, but it may look this thing. So again, let's proceed further. So as we are calculating the annual, so we'll iterate from backward. Hmm. So we'll iterate on this side. That will be inverse factorial comma I plus 1 into I plus 1 divided by modulo, right? There's some mistake here. So this part is done, and now we need to write the only the power function. So let's write the power LLPOW int a comma b. This is calculating it a to the power b. If b and 2. I am not explaining this power function because it's the pretty simple thing. We use it very frequently. So just try it and you will understand. Uh, and answer is equal to 1. Power is odd. You need to write answer into a modulo mod, right? And a is equal to a into a and b is equal to means we are decreasing the power of b by half. This part is also done. I don't think I have done any mistake anywhere. Let me check it. Comment it out. Let's write this thing as power. Otherwise, I think there is some function also in C++. So so that it won't cause us any error. So for that, I have changed the variable name. And this, hmm, there is some mistake. Everything is fine. Max minus 1 is greater than 0. Max is 100 in respect to 1100. Answer is equal to 1 answer into a modulo mod a is equal to a and b is half 1 2 max factorial I minus 1 mod minus 2 max minus 1 I less than greater than 0 factorial I plus 1 and into n minus 1 into factorial I don't think there is any problem. So why not giving me the right answer? Test cases are correct. Pre-computed function is better. I less than n by n less than 3. Why I'm getting select value as large? Let me look at the constraints again. What is 10 power 9? Mm, Let me look at the code once by myself again, dry run it, then I'll proceed further. So yeah, I have recorded what was the error in the code. The error was that while calculating the power function, I haven't written this thing. while loop. So we need to proceed every time inside the while loop, and when the value of b is odd, so then we need to do this, like increment answer by multiplying with a. So yeah, that was all for the problem, and now let's run it. Yeah, it's passing, and uh, a minute. There's something I missed, I think. So yeah, the problem was that inside my uh, power function, as I have told here, I have forgot. I have forgotten to write this. I have directly written this inside the while loop. That was wrong. When b is odd, then we need to do this, and we'll keep doing it until b is positive. So yeah, the test cases are passing, like the examples that are given in this problem. So pretty long code. So now we need to submit this problem. Let's submit this problem number E, and Control A, Control C, copy, Control V, submit it. Let's see that definitely it will get accepted. So running. Test case one. Accepted. So yeah, that's all for the problem. The problem is pretty simple. The only complicated thing that you write these things correctly, like from here to here. If you have already included these things in your template, then you are good to go. But if you haven't, then you need to write these things from scratch. Even I made the mistake while writing the power function. I have written it wrong. That's why I was not getting the right answer. So that's why I have searched the how the power function is written, and then I got to know that this is the correct format. So yeah, my earbus battery is also discharged. So bye.